Well, hello there, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia, and on this channel, we love to save on purpose with purpose. So, if you are interested in crushing your money goals and realizing your financial freedom, come on in the room. You are in the right place. Today, we're going to be doing our sinking funds tracker for the month of August. So we will look back at our binder as to what we started the month with and what we are ending with. And I will share with you all the balances. I did this video already and something went wrong. So I am doing it over again. So everything is already filled out, but we're going to still go through it together. I'll show you the binders and everything. If you are new to cash stuffing or budgeting or sinking funds, any of that, we will walk through a couple of reasons why we do this and how we do it as well. Forgive the nails, y'all. They are getting done, I promise you. This week, we are getting ready to go on vacation. And so I wanted to wait as long as I could to just get my nails done right before vacation. And so these have been on since July 28th, my birthday. Yeah, that is so tacky. But we're going to get it together. And I'm super excited to be with you all on today. And if you have not yet subscribed, what you waiting on? Come on in. I have a different setup today. I'm in a different part of the house today, but we still got the purple going on. You all know I love purple. So come on in the room and please like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, all the things. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with our high priority binder. That is she right here. And we're going to start with, let me see how I can do this. So hopefully you all can see that. I'm going to just show you all of the high priority here, just so that we can get through this pretty quickly. Okay, so in our binder, what I do is I have identified these as high priority funds. So these are the ones that I stuff first, okay? So the first one is my envelope, and I do have I'm going to show you some things. I do have a new tracker in here. I'm going to be using this $1,000 savings challenge tracker. Okay, I got this off Etsy. And so right now we don't have any funds in there, but we are going to start stuffing that. And so we started with $5 and we're ending with 0. So we went down -5. So in each of the envelopes, I do have a tracker, and that is how I update it. So I go to look at the last stuffing for July, which was the 15th. That was $5. And then I look at the last stuffing, which was the 20th. And so we have $0. Okay, so that's how I do every envelope, so that way we don't have to go through every single one. But my birthday, of course, was in July, so this, of course, has been spent, honey. So we had $210. We spent all of it, so we went down by $210. Just remember, if you are doing sinking funds, the whole reason they're called sinking is because you're putting money away a little bit at a time in order for you to be able to withdraw that when you need the money. Okay, so it's sinking. You're going to take that money out. So that's why these are little savings accounts, if you will. And most of this I do put into the bank. So it is, I don't usually keep real cash on here. Not in all the envelopes. Some of my envelopes I do. Let me slow down. So you'll see some real cash and you'll see some prop money. Okay, so our next one was anniversary. We started with $199 and we're down, or we actually increased this. So we're now at $270 for $71 increase. And I'll show you all this. It is in the bank. So we have $200, $250, and $270. So this represents money that is sitting in our bank account. And our anniversary is in October. And so we're looking forward to going to the John Legend concert in October, and of course having dinner and all that. So we are going to stuff it next month with $125, and then we will be done stuffing this envelope. And all together we would have stuffed $1,000. I did use this challenge. If you're new here, I'm using this from PNAM Family Budgets. I absolutely adore her and her channel, so check her out. She just makes the most beautiful trackers here. Okay, so now that we got that out the way. Okay, so annual subscriptions, we started with 66 and we ended with 241. So we added 175. So now we're at 200, 220, 240, and 241. That is all in the bank because, of course, we pay our annual subscriptions through our debit account. Okay, and then in buffer, we started with 100. You all know we used 100. We have nothing. That is very common. So, but I have already I'm sorry, we did use 100, but we added another 100, so we do have $100 in here. But I feel like we are always using it, so I'm putting 0. Car maintenance, we started with 22, we ended with 50, so we went up $28. So we do have $50 in our bank account for car maintenance. Okay, and we need to get that stuffed pretty well. My husband's birthday is in January. We started with 426. We ended with $501, so we went up $75 in his binder here. So again, his money is in the bank as well. So he has 500. Isn't this so cute? And then 1, so 501. So the goal is 800 for his birthday. Okay, in HOA, we started with 255. We ended with 510, so we went up $255. So we have 510. Okay, and again, that's in the bank because we pay that with our debit card. Okay, and then cruise, my mom's birthday. She turns 70 next year, Lord willing. So next June, we are going on a, I think, 6-night cruise, 7-day cruise with her on Celebrity. So I am saving $375 per month so that we can pay that trip off. And so we should have $750 in here. So let's see. Oh, if I can get to the right envelope. Okay, here's the cruise envelope. Okay, so we should have $750. Yes. So we have $500, $600, $750. And again, that is in an account because it's gaining some interest, so that we'll have a little bit more than we need there. Okay, so that is that. We're not going to count retirement. So I did exclude any type of long-term savings from this tracker. So this does not include emergency fund, month ahead, 401k, kids 529. All of that is excluded because that's long-term savings. Okay, travel is at $14. We spent $86, so we have $14. Again, that is in our account as well because we want that to gain some interest for sure. And we did upgrade our room. We are going on a cruise next week, and we upgraded our room, so that's why this went down by $86. Okay, so that is it for high priority, you all. So we made it through. Okay, so let's do our short term. I used to call it low priority, but it's still a priority, y'all. So I'm doing short term is what I'm using for this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So in this binder, we're starting with blessings, and this tracker is from Paychecks and Prayers. It was a freebie, so I'm going to go ahead and use that now for blessings because this envelope is all about giving to others, and you all is empty because we're always giving. We are always giving to somebody birthday, somebody something, somebody passed away, all the things. So blessings has 0. So we spent $34. And then in date night, we started with 105 and we're ending with 115. So let's go ahead and give that account. Okay, so 115 is in there and that is in the bank. I used to keep this in cash date night, but I decided to, because we always use our card, right, when we're going out. And I don't like to, because sometimes my husband, of course, I save the money in the envelope, but then I forget to give it to him. So then we're at dinner and then I'm like pulling out the money, you know, men. So I'm like, let me just put this on the card, and then then he could just pull out the card. So, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, y'all. But this is the I got this for free from one of the orders I had. I can't remember which shop on Etsy, but it came with this freebie. I was like, this is perfect for date night because it's always usually around 150, probably a little bit more, but I went ahead and put that in here for that. Okay, so that is date night. So date night went up by $10. Then miscellaneous, we started with $20. We went up $2. So we have 22 in here now, and this is in real cash. So 10, 15, 21, and 2. And this is just extra cash when you need it for another envelope that we went over in. Or if I need it for the kids. I'm just going to put on some sort quick here so it's easier to count the cash. Okay, and then my lovely parents will be here on Wednesday. Can't wait. So their envelope started at 100. It's now at 200, so it went up $100. So they have real cash in their envelope. Yay, they have 2 $100 bills. Awesome. Okay, professional development started at 100. It ended at 200, so we went up. I'm sorry, that's parents, y'all. Sorry. Professional development started at 0. I'm sorry. It went up by 120, so now we have 120 in here. So when we did that, we used to have that in real cash. We deposited that and we're using prop money now because most of the time, if I'm doing some professional development, which is through, I work in HR. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. I work in human resources. So sometimes I go to our local SHRM events, which is Society of Human Resource Management. And I usually pay for that online. So I just decided to go ahead and put that online or in the bank. And I use this tracker here, which is so cute from the Remarkable Dollar. Okay. All right, moving on right along. Self-care started at 0. We added $420. So now we have $420. And I am going to the spa, honey. Y'all see that fully funded? Yes, ma'am. Bling and Budgets. Love her channel as well. So we have $420. And this $400 is from Budget with Maddie. And we are going to the spa on, let's see, I think Friday. So right before my vacation. So I will go to vacation for real relaxed. It just happened to fall on that day. And then shopping started at $50 and it ended at $2. So we spent $48. And so in here we have a $2 bill. And again, this is where I decided to put this in the bank because again, most of the time when I'm online shopping, I'm in the store and I'm using a card to get points or whatever. So I decided to keep that in the bank. So we spent $48, so we have $2. Sorority, we paid our dues, so we started with $347. We added $10. And so we are at we spent $337, so we're at $10, excuse me. So we have $10 left. And I decided to use this mystery savings for the next time I stuff. And that's from Budget with Maddie. Okay, so that is our short term, you all. And let's go ahead and move right along to our children. So this is our children binder. Okay. And let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so hopefully you all can see that okay. All right, so we're going to start off with my son's birthday, which has 0 because his birthday already passed. So he has 0 in his. Family fun, we started with 60, excuse me. We ended with 80, so we saved $20 extra. So this is in real cash. So 20, 40, 60, and 80. Okay. So that is in family fun. And what I decided to do is, I don't think I put it in here. Actually, I put it somewhere else. I'll show you all what I did. Okay. Family vacation. I ordered a new challenge. I think I mentioned it in the last video. So it's from Peachy Budget on Etsy, and it has different sections. So this section saves $800, but the total of all the sections, I think there's like 4 or 5 sections, it saves $4,000. And you all know for a family of 4, that's a pretty good deal for a vacation, especially when you're doing a cruise, because we love to cruise. So that is what we're going to try to save. And this is for our trip in 2027. We're taking the kids on Icon of the Seas, which is a Royal Caribbean ship. So we're saving towards that. So in family vacation, we started with $1. We added $10, so now we have 11. So again, of course, that is in the bank because we definitely want that to get some interest. Okay, my son's birthday has 0. His birthday's already passed. Kids activities started with 0. We added $3. So this is at $3 now. And this is actually, I do have real cash for this, but it's in my younger son's bank because he likes to put money in his bank. So I just put the prop money in here. And then when we spend it, I'll put it back. So this was the one I was going to talk about before. So for the state fair, which comes to South Florida in January, I know. We live in a warm climate, y'all. So our state fair is in January. But so I'm going to save $200. And I just thought this tracker was so darn cute. And it was a freebie. So I am going to use that to save for the state fair. And I might put that back in family fun because we'll probably do that as a family. But right now I have it in kids activities. Okay. Kids clothing started at 0. It ended at 0, of course, with the kids going back to school. Kids sports started at 0, ended at 0 because my son's getting ready to start soccer. And then we'll continue on this page. And, okay, school expenses. We started with $10. We ended with $35, so we added $25. So let's just see what we have in here. So 20, 25, 30, and 35. All right, so that's good. You all know my son's already taking his pictures. The school expenses have already started. I'm like, they just got back, y'all. Okay, summer camp started at 200. We ended at 324, so we actually added $124. And of course, this is in the bank because we wanted to grow interest. So this one is at 100, 200, 322, and 4. And you all know summer camp is so expensive. And I need my kids in the camp, at least my older son, the whole time. So it's like $1,000. So I'm using the PNAM budget tracker here, or scratch off here as well to save $1,000. Okay, so that is summer camp for the kiddos. Okay, so that is our kids binder because everything else is their savings accounts and the travel savings challenge I talked about. Okay, so let's move on to holidays, you all. Can you all believe that it is September? Oh my gosh. Time flies, right? Okay, holidays. So I have new trackers. I think I showed this in the last video, but these are so cute, and they are from Janavi Design Studio. Very cute. So I'm just gonna skip through. I'm not gonna count all of these, you all, but there is money in here. But it is prop money because I have put this money in the bank. So in New Year's, we started with 15. We ended with 20. So we added $5. Same thing for Valentine's Day. Same thing for Easter. Same thing for Mother's Day, Father's Day, and July 4th. They all have $20 in them. Back to school has nothing. We've spent everything. Halloween, I can show you all that one. So Halloween, we put a little bit more money in because we have to buy costumes and candy and all the things. So Halloween has $55 in it. So again, we started with 15, we added 40, so now we're at 55, okay? And then if we move on to Thanksgiving, had 15 and now we have 20, so we added $5. Christmas, we are trying to save $3,000 for Christmas. So in Christmas, we started with $1,760. We ended with $2,035, which means we added $275. So this is the $2,035. Okay? All right, y'all. I'm back. Sorry for the interruption. So Black Friday, we started with $165. We ended with $225. So we added $60. And my goal here, so that's $225. My goal here is, actually, I want to beef this up to have at least $500. Between $400 and $500 because on Black Friday they usually have good deals on cruises. So I'd love to book our next cruise if we can. So, because y'all, I love cruising. It's my favorite thing. Okay, and then birthdays, we started with 15. We spent 15, so we're at 0. So that is our holiday binder. Okay, and in our savings challenge binder, we do have a new challenge here. I'll try to find the name of the Etsy store, but this is so pretty. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and this is $1 savings challenge, which we have $4 in here. Okay, so I'm just gonna put whatever I have left over from my wallet will go in here. So I'm not really planning to actively save out of each paycheck. It's just if I have some leftover money, I'm going to put it in here. And then this one says, for God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Amen. So I thought that was so cute. And that is the $5 challenge. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Absolutely. And that is our $10. And then for where there are 2 or 3 gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst of them. Y'all, he is with us. Amen. So this is the $20 one. I just thought these were so cute. So I ordered that off of Etsy. And so we have $4 in there. So we started with 0. We're at 4. And then in our 100 envelope challenge, which is off Amazon, we are at 701. So we were at 628. So we added $73. And you all know that I like using this one because you can keep the money unfolded. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so that is it, you all. So drum roll. Da, 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 da. So our grand total is, we started with $5,607. We ended with $6,938, which means that we added $1,331 to our sinking funds. We are not in the negative, which is great, even though we did spend some money. So I love to see that. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to save on purpose with purpose. Please leave me a purple heart emoji down below so that I know you stuck out to the end. And also, I would love for you to tell me, how are your sinking funds going? Did they go up this month? Did you see a decrease because you've been spending them, which is your plan, or just how you feeling about your sinking funds? Okay. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Remember to be blessed, to thank God for all of his blessings that he gives you. Never forget where your blessings come from. All right. Be blessed.